nothing I can do. I've been through everything we did while we did the stuff throughout the winter, and I just cannot figure what we might have done that's caused this situation. If we don't get it sorted soon, then it rips through the prop shaft, it rips through the propeller, and that's a $5,000 US propeller.
Well, it would blow up.
It's just huge unless we get this stopped.
The next hop is to Chios.
Yeah. I want to check the weather for tomorrow and look at my plan A, B, C anchorages. Well, that's nice. We're right where I wanted us to be. Happy about that. Bit of a lumpy ride over, but yeah, we're here in one piece. It's around about 6:30 on Saturday morning, and we are now going to do a very big hop of about 10 hours from Chios to Samos.
Pythagoria.
Yes, because there is a Chandler's there and we can buy some more anodes. We're not even sure if the anode's actually helping, but I'd rather have one on than not have one on. So when that one dies, we'll put another one on, and so on and so forth until we can get to Didim and get this problem solved. I feel very unable to do anything right now. There's nothing I can do. I've been through everything we did while we did the stuff throughout the winter, and I just cannot figure what we might have done that's caused this situation. And as I said yesterday, you know, if we don't get it sorted soon, then it rips through the prop shaft, it rips through the propeller, and that's a $5,000 US propeller.
Well, it would blow up.
It's just huge unless we get this stopped very fast. Obviously it's a DC current leak somewhere, and I'm just not qualified to find out what it is.
There's so many ways. There's so many ways that it could be happening, aren't there?
Yeah. So anyway, onwards
Onwards
the
and
only
upwards,
way.
and Pythagoria, here we come.
Yeah. This is our trip today. That was where we were last night. Great little place, very protected from the Meltemi. We've just left the southern tip of that island. We've now got a 5-hour trip down to the western corner of Samos, and then a further 4 hours round to Pythagoria. And this here is Turkey, which you may be able to make out on the horizon over there. We are motoring because we have absolutely zero wind. That is the wind direction indicator, and it's just spinning around and around at the top of the mast. The only reason it's spinning around because it's doing that with the boat roll. Just an update on the autopilot as well. Since we plugged it in and started this journey from Limni on Evia Island, it's worked perfectly. Once or twice it kicks into standby for some unknown reason, but apart from that it's been doing very good. So looks like we may have fixed that issue. Still think the wiring needs looking at and replacing when we can. This is where I sit, and this is what I see. Hansher, of course, is being very precautious and slipping and slapping and slopping.
I think the damage was done in the first year, to be honest with you.
Here's an interesting situation. This AIS signal here is a fishing boat, and it says in 17 minutes we will pass at the closest possible approach of 1.2 nautical miles. Now, as you can see from the position indicator, we're basically nose to nose at the moment. There's quite a lot of distance between us. Now, he's moving at 0.7 of a knot, which could indicate that he's trailing a net behind him. So we'd ideally like to pass in front of him, but right now we don't know whether that 1.16 nautical miles is behind him or in front of him. I would guess it's probably going to be behind him, and that's not a good situation. So as we get closer, we might try and get ahead of him and pass in front of him, because I don't know if he's trailing a net or not, and if he is, how far out does that net go, or how deep is it? Now that we're a little bit closer to him, I can see that he's got a very long line out the back, and this over here is his buddy boat, and he's also got a line out the back, and they're both heading this way at 0.7 of a knot. So they have got a huge net between them that they're trawling through the water, so we've definitely got to pass in front of him.
You can actually see a lot of buoys marking the top of the back of the net, but we don't know how far back it extends, so we're definitely going in front of this guy. Baz has just altered course 5 degrees to port and increased our speed as well. And there's one obstacle avoided nicely.
We're going through that gap. Here we are, anchored in the bay just outside the harbour of Pythagoreio on the Greek island of Samos. Last time we were here was 14 months ago. The issue that we've got that's causing us quite a lot of concern at the moment is, of course, the anode on the prop shaft, and we've been doing some research, and the anti-foul spray paint that we put onto the prop shaft and propeller, the active ingredient in that is copper, and we've sort of come to the conclusion that it's more than likely that the copper in the anti-foul paint is interacting with the zinc of the anode and causing this excessive bubbling. So I'm going to get my scuba gear on now. I'm going to take the anode off the prop shaft and clean an area where it is, leaving probably around about that much gap either side of where the anode will sit, and then put the anode back on and see if the fizzing stops. In theory and on paper it sounded like a good plan, but unfortunately even cleaning the prop shaft right back to the bare stainless steel and reapplying the anode has not stopped the anode from fizzing. So it looks like we definitely have some sort of DC current leakage. So before we leave here on Thursday, I'll dive again and put a brand new anode on, so that we've got the best protection possible to get us to Didim in Turkey, and then we'll call in an electrical expert to hopefully diagnose and fix the problem. And the sound of summer in Samos. Lekker. Probably. So we've got our shopping. Today is Tuesday. We're leaving on Thursday. Just got the video edited up. It's nearly finished. And then we'll get ourselves ready for leaving Samos.
Yes.
And heading into Turkey.
Yeah, it's about a 5-hour sail.
Yeah.
Well,
all things being equal. So quite excited about that. We've already been in contact with Attila, the agent there, and he requested pictures of our passports and ship's documents and insurance, so we sent that off to him. So he'll basically prepare everything in advance for the check-in, which makes it a super smooth, quick process. Everything at the Demorin Marina at Didim, everything is on site. Yeah, so it's a very quick process. Yeah. So back to the boat for more editing.
And a spot of lunch.
Oh yeah.
I've had 2 pieces of Persian turquoise that I've been waiting to be inspired to wrap, and I've taken some sterling silver wire and I've wrapped them today, and I'm actually quite pleased with how they've turned out. Aren't they gorgeous? So I will be having these up for sale on my shop if anybody likes them. We've made some new friends.
Yes, we have. When we arrived here at Pythagorio on the Greek island of Samos, we were here about half an hour, and then we received an email. The email said, "Welcome to Pythagorio," and we're thinking,
Who knows
we're here? Turns out to be Ross and Laura from Sailing Holly Blue. That's another YouTube sailing channel. So they said, pop over any time and say hello. So we did.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had a couple of beers with them.
Yeah.
And met their 2 wonderful boys.
Yeah.
And right now, they've invited us to go out on a trip to a waterfall. They've hired a car for that. So we've got ourselves dressed up.
Well, as best as you can. And, yeah, we're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're going to dinghy over to the dock and go meet them again. Well, that was a bit of a struggle getting from ABC to the quayside here, simply because we are not using our motor at the moment because it's not playing the game. So I had to row, and we were getting gusts up to 30 knots against me. Yeah, tell you more about the outboard motor at a later stage. Hello, Holly Blue!
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh look, I'm impressed. So here's our wheels for the day.
So what's the first thing you do when you get to the waterfall? Crack open a coldie.
Okay, so everyone that's walking past us is in swimming clothes.
And they're dry.
But they're dry, so I'm not holding out much hope. Maybe it's just too cold. What do you reckon? Yeah. We'll see.
I'm going in.
I'm going in anyway because I'm too hot.
Cheers, Barry. Cheers.
Cheers!
And cheers, Angela.
I would, but I can't. I can't quite. That'll do. Cheers! Cheers! Yamas! Oh, that's what you call a shot.
Meeting you guys.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
That was a nice surprise, wasn't it? You guys just rocking up. You know, right?
Oh, look!
Oh, some hot camera on
Da,
camera
da,
action.
da.
It's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a quick roundup after the waterfall and a cold beer at this beautiful little
And a
taverna.
rum.
And wine.
I had a beer as well.
Of course.
So what do you reckon on the waterfall? Worth the trip?
Yeah, definitely worth the trip, but wear bathers or bring them with you, because the last bit you have to swim or at least get chest high in the water.
Yeah, that was totally
Up
unexpected.
to here.
If you're short. Up to here if you're tall. It's beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great walk.
Gorgeous.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
Lovely
well,
little
well,
bridges.
well worth the trip, and
Great
definitely
kids.
very rustic and good for the kids to be able to run around.
And
Yeah,
this bar.
Good scenery, lovely trees,
Yeah.
nice little stream.
Yeah, this
And
bar
just
is
an all-round nice little meander, really.
Yeah. So now it's an hour's drive back down to Pythagoreia, where we're going to treat ourselves to the wonderful gyros that are so prevalent throughout all of Greece.
Yes.
We're just down here hiding away from the wind because it keeps gusting and ruining the talky bit. It is around about 10 past 11 on Thursday 24th of July, and we have checked out of Greece. We went to passport control, immigration and port police, and all fine. Cost us €5 and no worries, see you later. Of course,
But
the usual
you won't be able to
warning.
come in,
Yeah. If you leave Greece, you're not allowed to come back. I mean, not forever, just while the restrictions are in place.
Yeah.
So I had a busy morning before that. Reconnected the alternator cables because we suspect that the DC short has got something to do with the alternator. I also dived and put a brand new anode onto the prop shaft, and the new one didn't fizz. So that was when the alternator was disconnected. So we think we're slowly getting closer to the source. We've got a 5-hour trip now to Didim in Turkey, and once we get there we will contact an electrician and get him to come out as soon as possible. So
Once we're allowed in.
what's right? Yeah, we've got to check in
And
there
we've,
first.
You know, we've passed the temperature control checks and all that kind of stuff, yes.
Yeah,
But we've got a good contact there at Didim Marina, Attila,
Attila, yeah.
the agent, and he's waiting for us to contact him, and he'll come and meet us with the appropriate people. Yeah, so we should have the wind behind us all the way,
Yeah,
so it should be a good journey.
should be a nice one. Alright, so anchor up, bit of throttle, see what the
we
wind's
go.
like when we're out there, and see if we can sail.
Yes.
Alrighty. This red line here delineates the territorial waters of Greece and Turkey. We just crossed over that line, so we've got to take down the Greek flag, raise the Turkish flag, and also put our quarantine flag up as well.
Thank you, Greece, you've been wonderful. Hello, Turkey.
Ladies hand.
$36.7. $36. You're cold.
We will leave you one form.
Yes.
While we are doing check-in clearance everything,
Yes.
this is for 2 people. Fill up here, signature, okay?
Okay.
We will take them back when we give the passports back, okay? Thank you very much. Till we bring the passports, please be here. Enjoy your time. After I bring passport, you will be free
Okay.
to go somewhere.
Okay,
See
thank
you
you.
soon. Thank you.
So here we are in Turkey. We're in the marina at Didim, And Jim has met up with us and
Yes,
brought his
thank
son
you.
Matthew.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye from Turkey. Hello.
And Jim, being our number one, in fact our very first patron, said, let me take you out for a patron's dinner tonight in celebration of your return to Turkey. And so we're having this wonderful dinner with wonderful wine, wonderful company, and a wonderful view. And I've just had a wonderful shower as well. That was stunning, wasn't it? So, let's dig in.
It's been great.
Just before we bring this video to a conclusion, we'd like to welcome back to our Patreon family, Henrik Thistrup. Welcome back, Henrik. And welcome our new patron, Kyrie Ringstrom. Welcome aboard. Next week on Sailing ABC, we bring a couple of experts on board to help us suss out what is wrong with our systems. And we also get a good in-depth look at D Marine Marina in Didim. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Until next week, catch you next time.